Absolutely no need to stand. First of all, it is my great pleasure as the 350th Lord Mayor of Dublin to welcome you here today. The Mansion House, I suppose in many ways, is the centre of political and social life in the city for more than 100 years. And I often say it is a place for Irish rebels and many revellers. We have had many events of state and some good sales of work, but more than anything else, people in the city connected with the fashion and with the dances which took place here in the round room next door to us and in the supper room over all those years. So it is a particular pleasure to welcome you here today, particularly on the 50th anniversary, and for you to mark 50 years of the organisation. When you think about that, 50 years, I'm sure there's some of you in the room that are younger than 50. You all look younger than 50. So, politicians really are terrible, aren't they? But when you think of it, 50 years, think of all of the things any one of you have done over a 50-year period. And then think of an organisation that's run by volunteers, that's run by people of their own effort and energy. And it's not unique to Cogal. This city is made up of volunteers and community organisations right across the length and breadth of it, on both sides of the Liffey. I'll give credit to the south side as well. But it really genuinely is, and that is what makes Dublin a very special place, I believe. I think it's that spirit of cooperation, the spirit of being able to give. But I think what you do is you do that in an area that's really important to this country, to the cultural life of this country. Because Irish dancing is as much a part of our culture as any other facet of it. It's as important as the sliotar on the pitch in Croke Park. It's as important as the couple of buckle that is exchanged in our Wellskull right across the city. The Irish dancing is as much and as an integral part of our culture, and it is kept alive by people like yourselves. So on behalf of the city, I want to say thank you and to ask you to give yourselves a round of applause. You know, to establish an organisation is a very difficult thing to do because you're setting out on a path not knowing that 50 years later the Lord Mayor is going to be congratulating you for having started it. But particularly to those people who found it. I know a number of them are with us today. People who founded the organisation, people who took that first step. Because, you know, any journey starts with that first step. I always say it's like taking a ship. The hard part is the first step onto the boat. Once you're on it, you can set sail and you can go anywhere you want. But that first step onto the boat, that's the shaky step. That's the one you're not sure you're going to land on the other side. So got all those people who started Cogal, who made sacrifices in their own families, in their own time and so on. I also congratulate you too, because without you, we would not have the organisation that we have. Tonight, the round room will be full of rebels and revellers again. We have the great pleasure of giving Jim Gavin the freedom of Dublin City. And it's usually a very busy place here for the afternoon of the freedom of the city. And so when Terry, who I've known for almost all of my 40 years, asked us, the initial reaction to the management was, we can't do anything, we were freedom of the city that afternoon. And I said, there's no way we could turn you down because you're so connected with what is known about the Mansion House. And so I really genuinely am delighted that you're here today. Irish dancing has had sort of a, I don't know whether a revival is the right word, because like what you want us to happen here in the Mansion House, what's been happening in halls right across the city and the country, didn't need a revival. But certainly the emergence of Riverdance, I think, has made a huge boost to Irish dancing right across the world. I mean, you go to China and I suppose river dance is nearly the first thing off people's tongue when they say Ireland. And that's really powerful for people to understand that what you are engaged in is probably one of the principal symbols of a country, thousands and thousands of miles away. And I know there are many dancers from Cobham who went on to be involved in river dance, and in many of the other dance groups that have spun out of that. And long may it last, long may it inspire young girls and young boys particularly to get involved in Irish dance and to keep that part of our culture alive. So, good gorgeous to everybody here today, and thank you so much for inviting me along.
Thank you, Lord Mayor, for inviting us to the Mansion House today. Lord Mayor, friends and colleagues, it is my greatest privilege as President of An Comhairle na Maintúirí Uirthi Gaelga Toronto to be present at our 50th anniversary celebrations here in the Mansion House, a place that holds many dear memories for us for many years. In reaching such a significant marker in An Comhairle's history, I believe it is a time to reflect on the work of our founder members, past and present. Their vision was realised 50 years ago to establish the successful organisation that it is today. One where we cascade our love for our traditional art form of Irish dance to the younger generation. It is imperative that we, as executive members of our organisation, continue to maintain the high standards that have been achieved throughout many years. To you, the role you play in sustaining such exemplary standards, being the ultimate role models for our pupils, whilst always being mindful of your role in contributing to our wonderful history and the accountability that it entails. We are forever indebted for your commitment, dedication, and enthusiasm. Now I would like to ask the Lord Mayor if he would be kind enough to present a small token to our founder members who are present with us today on such a prestigious occasion. Brenda.
Let's hope I don't have the same fate. Isn't it a beautiful piece?
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks very much. Betty Bible. First of our Scottish.
Oh, well.
Yes.
You know, it's very good.
Nice to meet you. Yes, well, we come over yesterday.
Very well.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Great to have you here.
Thank you. Gráinne McCormick. No introduction.
No problem. Pass the gender balance, is he?
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank
Thanks
you
for all
very
the
much
work.
indeed. Oh, indeed. It's a pleasure. Pleasure.
That's it. Hope you do well in the
This is Anne McHugh from Scotland. This is London, our third Scotland.
Aren't they all very stylish, by the way?
And now Una McCrainer, which I'm very proud, the first Northern.
Yeah.
Don't try to use that fast, sorry.
Excellent. Thanks so much for coming down.
I don't think of credits bad.
No, yeah. Yeah. Well, we welcome all colours in Dublin once you're blue.
No, I would like to.
No, the next one. That's everyone who's here. Oh, that's everyone who's here.
We're somewhere not here, you see. That's fine. Now I'll ask our chairperson.
Yeah.
Mayor Antina, Utana Cobal, Oxford Unusual. Mira Fortune Blair, Aaron Oakwood Special, Starwood Shop. Tommy de Carora Fontas, on Cobal, Kyle Blaine O'Hain. The on Road Arm, the Hunshop News, Mark Hirach, on Abia, Eatock Shop. Lord Mayor, Madam President of Uncrogal, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to welcome you here on this special and historic occasion to celebrate the founding of Uncrogal 50 years ago. I am very proud to be here as the chairperson of this wonderful organisation. We meet today in this historic building, the Dublin Mansion House, to celebrate the 50th anniversary of an organisation whose sole aim was that its members foster and promote the art that is Irish dancing. This organisation, known as Cobal na Múinteoirí Ring Gaeilge, was to be run by the members, for the members, with each person having a voice and a vote. And so, in January 1970, with a membership of around 60, Cobal began life as an independent entity. Dancing in various traditions has existed for over 2,000 years, but the art of Irish dance can be traced back several centuries. Over the past 100 years, it has evolved and developed through the dedication, creativity, and innovation of so many teachers, and thankfully is alive and thriving in the 21st century. It is difficult now in 2020 to comprehend how in 1970 everything was controlled by the church and state, and so for a small group of dance teachers to break away from the governing body, which was affiliated to the state-run Conradh na Gaeilge, was nearly tantamount to a revolution. So you can therefore appreciate that failure was not an option. The opinion of the Board and Commission was that we did not have the expertise to self-govern and would probably last about 6 months. We therefore owe an enormous debt of gratitude to those members who took a central role in the founding of the organisation, some at great personal cost to themselves, because they had the temerity to want to run their own business in a democratic manner and be masters of their own future. The first officers demonstrated great courage and bravery in undertaking such a difficult task, but supported by all the members working together with the unity of purpose and freedom to map out our own destiny has enabled us to arrive at our golden jubilee. On Coball is still fulfilling our original aim of fostering and promoting Irish dancing and is a successful and vibrant organisation, retaining our tradition while also embracing modern innovations. We now have a membership approaching 700. As we gather in this iconic building, which for so many years was synonymous with Irish dancing, many of us have happy memories of competing or watching our pupils grace the stages of both the supper room and round room. There was always a great atmosphere and a sense of excitement in the Mountain House for our major championships, and this was difficult to recreate on some occasions in other venues. However, at present we are fortunate to have the INAC Killarney in which to stage our World Championships in great style with excellent facilities and a wonderful atmosphere. Although today is tinged with sadness when we remember the family members and friends who are no longer with us, it is really a time to celebrate all those who led or supported the organisation over the past 50 years. It is also a time to reinvigorate that enthusiasm and commitment which was so necessary for our survival in the early years, and set ourselves some new goals, particularly by way of further expansion. The road to Dunblane was not an easy one, and the subsequent years required resilience in the face of adversity, and helped us to prove the experts wrong. Here we are, 50 years later. Enjoy the various celebrations which are planned throughout this special year, but please remember that while honouring the past, we must fashion the future for a new model. And I'd like to thank our PRO, Terry, for all the work she did in organising this event here today, and I'd like to thank the Lord Mayor for kindly coming along, and we have a little gift for him. We also would like to wish him well in his campaign for the next 3 weeks for a seat in Dublin. So maybe the next time we come here, he'll be a chocolate donut.
Enjoy your afternoon. We had expected Mr. Cahallo from Dolans to be here, but with the change of time it didn't suit. But they are the sponsors of the design competition, and we have the result here for you now today. The 10 runners-up, which will each receive €50. Now these presentations will be made during the World Championships, but if anyone is not there at the time, we will arrange to have the prize forwarded to them. So the 10 runner-ups are Cara Ferguson of the Trainer School, West Tyrone, Katie O'Neill, Scoilrinkle, Kildara, Caitlin Carroll, Scoilrinkle, McGee, O'Shea, Southern England Region Branch, Ellen O'Neill, Canary Cow, Cork,
Gavin Hendricks, Wally Hendricks Academy, USA. Marion Shanks, Mary Grimes School, Dublin. Emer O'Daly, Mary Grimes School, Dublin. Kate Flanagan, Kilkenny Academy of Dance, Laois. Emer McGee, Nolan School, Newry. And Ella Vaughan of the Irish Dance Academy, Laois. And the winner, who will receive a prize of €500 €500 and will also have their design featured on the programme of the World Championships 2020. And the golden envelope. The winner of the art design competition is Tiernan Caulfield from the Nolan School, Newry. You can't have a sneak preview for the reason that there are some small alterations to be made to it. It's a beautiful design, but there are a couple of little small things that require to be done. So no sneak preview today. We will be in touch with Tiernan to sort out the little alterations. That we did say that on Coball reserves the right to alter or amend any of the designs. So thank you to all the teachers who promoted the competition in their classes. We had a lot of entries, very good standard, great talent in Coball apart from dancing. So that was wonderful to see that. Thank you to Cooper Dublin for their sponsorship of that, €1,000. So that was extremely good of them, apart from other sponsorship that Terry is probably looking for from them and from other people as well. We also invited Ken from KP Letterware, who is a wonderful sponsor of ours, and unfortunately he's away on his holidays, so he couldn't come, but he sent us good wishes, as did Colin. He sent us good wishes for today, and we have two representatives from the INAC in Killarney will join us now for lunch. They couldn't get here earlier today, and that's Bethany and Gintar from the INAC, and they are celebrating 20 years this year of the INAC, and the hotels are much longer in existence. Of the INAC is 20 years this year, so we send them our warmest congratulations on that achievement for them. So I'll hand you over now to our website administrator, Siobhan McKenna, who has something to tell you about another thing that we're launching today.
Friends and colleagues, we are all here today as a result of one of our friends and members passing on their passion of Irish dancing. As dancing teachers, we play an important role in the development of children and young people and are an influential and steady figure in their lives. Therefore, it is not only important to pass on our passion of dancing, but to demonstrate and promote the act of being a good person. In today's world, negativity seems to exist in all walks of life. And with the rise of use of online social media platforms, the children and young people and ourselves can sometimes be subjected to more negativity than ever before. It is up to us to shape our world of Irish dancing, and in doing so, let's make this a world of positivity and support. Today sees the launch of the Coball Be Kind campaign. Be kind in 2020, be kind always. Over the coming months, we will have various focal points for our social media platforms: kindness, bullying, mental health, loyalty and resilience, to name a few. We will be asking you, as members, where possible, to promote our monthly themes to your dancers, and fetch organisers to somehow incorporate our monthly themes into the channel. It is up to us to inspire next generation of dancers the way the founding members have done with us. So let's do so in a flood of positivity and kindness. Be kind in 2020, be kind always. Thank you.